37, 23 to 26. It says, "The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand. Once I was young, and now I am old, yet I have never seen the godly abandoned or their children begging for bread. The godly always give generous loans to others, and their children are a blessing." And today, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for everyone in this group, and just grateful for God and His covenant, His hand, you know, and the favor of God. you know, um, this verse. So this verse means a lot to me. Actually, it was actually a verse that was. So I had this mentor a few years ago. He died now. Um, he tragically died, but he was someone that I really, really looked up to, you know. Um, he was the person that set the pace in me in business and was sort of the catalyst for me to, sort of propel my life to where it is now. And I miss him a lot. And reading this verse really made me think of him last night because he used to send me every month, he would send me like four Bible verses, in like a spreadsheet. And he would explain, like he would give his interpretation of this particular verse, and back then it's weird because back then I didn't see his interpretation the way that I see it now, but now that I reread this verse last night, I reread it and saw exactly what he was talking about, you know, because in the times when I was being mentored, I wasn't necessarily that good of a person, you know what I mean? I was very much irresponsible, I didn't see it, and I had a lot of anger issues in me, and you know I totally understand what he means, what the psalmist means in this verse when he said, he was young and he was old, meaning that all of his life, he's lived to be an old man, and he's never seen the godly abandoned or their children begging for bread, and that's true. Like that is so true. Like when I think about it now as I get older, like the ones that you see those people who's fixed their eyes on God. I mean the ones who wishy-washy in their faith sometimes, like they step in and step back out, and I'm guilty of that too. I can sit up here and pretend to be someone that I'm not, I'm not. But I can tell you one thing. You see who we talking about is people who I think about, like my grandmother them. Like my grandmother was a Christian all her life, Seventh-day Adventist, and boy, my Grammy was hardcore with us, and I used to be miserable with her because sometimes when I was young, though, because boy, she would hold us down for them prayer groups and them prayer meetings, and you know. But you know what? When I think about it, as I'm older now, is that look how blessed my grandmother them was. Food was always on our table growing up. We ain't never did lack or never did need for nothing. All of our kids, develop into somebody. I'm a grandkid now. I didn't find my way until later, but eventually I found my way, and you can't tell me that ain't the prayers and the coverings of her that took me to where I am today. You know what I mean? Because she's godly, she's righteous. And I honestly believe that, you know what I mean? Like God don't abandon his people, you know? Like he just really he just doesn't. The psalmist tells us here, though they stumble, they will never fall. For the Lord holds them by the hand. You know what the word never means? Like never is never. It won't happen. And think about somebody who ain't gonna never let something happen, who have forever. Like he have all the time in the world, and he's never gonna let you fall. And so now, when I try to think about my relationship with our creator, you know what I mean? That's what I think about. I think about like he's pouring so much into me. This the least that I could do. You know, you need to keep on track, Big Gary, because it's the least that you could do. Because he's here and he planning on holding your hand forever, from your beginning till your end. And not only that, you have big shoes to fill because people been praying for their lives and they've been praying for their seeds. And I can continue to pray for my seeds so that these prayers could continue on and on and on. But anyway, it's I can stretch on it a little bit longer than I'd want to this morning, guys, because I really have to go too. So thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity to speak. I hope that the hand of God rests on every single person in this room. Carrie, I hope that you feel better. Jalita, I hope that God's mighty hand touches you and heals you and just keeps you covered, sis, and Queen B, you as well too, Cheryl, Faye, and Sanchia. May God continually bless you all. I'm Carrie, and I relinquish my mic.